Hello, racing enthusiasts. Welcome back to my channel. Aston Martin has unveiled their AMR24 car for the upcoming Formula 1 season, signaling their determination to take another substantial leap forward in 2024. Starting off an eventful week of car launches where the top 5 teams from last season are presenting their newest contenders for the upcoming season, Aston Martin's 2024 car marks the debut vehicle manufactured at the team's brand new Silverstone factory, which opened last summer. Aston Martin has introduced the AMR24, which they describe as a strong evolution of their 2023 car. Last season, the team made an impressive start, with Fernando Alonso securing several podium finishes early on. However, as the development race progressed, rivals overtook them. Despite these challenges, Aston Martin is optimistic that they have identified and addressed the weaker points from last year's car. The AMR24 features significant changes, including a lighter build and improved aerodynamics. Aston Martin are optimistic they have identified and addressed last year's weaker points. We have tried to focus on all areas of our predecessor, the AMR23, which had a great season full of positives last year, said team boss Mike Crack. But then we have not left any stone unturned. We have really tried to look at every area, be it the car, the operations, the reliability to make a step forward in all the directions. So it has been very intense over the couple of months since we finished the season, and we hope we have done enough. We are sure we will have a strong contender. Crack, starting his third year as team principal, added. 2023 was our best season to date, and our goal this season is to score regular points, podiums, and fight for our first win in green. Alonso begins his second season alongside Lance Stroll at the team and expressed feeling confident that they are entering the new season in a formidable position. I think we have to be regularly in the points first, fighting for podiums, or be a contender for podiums, as we did last year, and then if we are in that position, it would be lovely to achieve the first victory in green for Aston Martin, and, hopefully, I can be behind the wheel in that moment, said Alonso, who is eager to win F1 race this year. But we have to go step by step, it's going to be very tight. There are 4 or 5 teams who will be within 2 or 3 tenths of a second this year, I bet, so that will put you within 2 tenths of a second of fighting for podiums or fighting out of the top 10, so we need to be really focused on that. We take the approach Red Bull are absolutely beatable. The teams say their latest challenger is a lighter, more aerodynamically efficient race car, designed to operate across a wider range of circuits, with few carryover parts from the largely successful AMR23. Dan Fallows, Aston Martin technical director, said. The obvious things that you will see that are different are the nose and the front wing. The bodywork will be different. There's also obviously a lot of stuff under the hood that hopefully you won't see. But we will try to keep some of that under wraps. Straight line performance was one clear area of weakness, but Fallows expressed confidence that that is something we have managed to achieve to make a step on that. At the midpoint of last season, Aston Martin secured third place in the Constructors' Championship, trailing behind Mercedes and the dominant Red Bull. However, they slid to 5th place by the end of the season, trailing behind Ferrari and McLaren as well. We have managed to make a step on last year's car, and we are very pleased with what we have been able to achieve, added Fallows. But really it's a first step in this season. We want to make sure we have got a good platform for development, and that's what we have really been focusing on, and I think we have managed to achieve that. We have seen, particularly last season, but also the season before, the in-season development race is absolutely fierce, and we want to be as competitive in that as we have been going into the new seasons. So that's what we have really been focused on, to make sure that we have got a good stable basis for us to go and develop the car and keep those updates coming and keep the performance coming. While Fallows acknowledges that all teams are now subject to the law of diminishing returns as they enter the third year of the current technical regulation era, he remains optimistic, stating that there is still significant lap time to be gained. He sees chasing down the world champions Red Bull, who won 21 out of last season's 22 races, as a logical target. We are really into finding lap times now, which are things that are smaller details, they are more detailed elements of the floor and other parts of the car. But there's still a lot of lap time to come, he added. We take the approach that Red Bull are absolutely beatable, that's what we are chasing after, we are focusing on them, and that's what we are aiming for. Alonso added. I think we had a good step forward this winter. Since the last race in 2023, everyone has been hyper-focused on improvements in every area, concentrating our efforts on what really makes a difference, what really matters to be better. Almost every area of the car has been refined and improved, building on our strengths and taking on board the lessons of the previous campaign. 2023 was our best season to date, and our goal this season is to score regular points, podiums, and fight for our first win in green. My only fact that I know is that it's going to be very tight, so even if we make a reasonable and very good step forward, we know that the other teams over the winter do a good step forward too. Aston Martin's spectacular start to the season was Formula 1's feel-good story of 2023, but they couldn't quite get over the hump of delivering an elusive 33rd race victory for Alonso. Being Red Bull's closest competitor in the initial phases of the season was undoubtedly an impressive feat, but there may have been disappointment regarding the team's inability to fully capitalize on a strong starting position. Aston Martin found themselves overtaken by Mercedes, Ferrari, and McLaren over the course of the campaign, highlighting in-season development as a clear area requiring improvement moving forward. Despite being 42 years old, Alonso continues to perform at an exceptionally high level, and his extensive experience is expected to greatly benefit the team as they strive to ascend to the pinnacle of the sport. Nothing less than that will satisfy owner Lawrence Stroll, who continues to spare no expense as he chases glory. It may be a little soon for the team's July 2023 move into their new Silverstone factory to bear fruit, but the planned opening of its wind tunnel later this year serves as a reminder of the ambitious nature of the project. Another weakness for Aston Martin last year were the performances of Stroll, who was rarely able to compete with Alonso. It remains to be seen whether the owner's son possesses the ability to help drag the team forward, and he goes into the season with plenty to prove. We all want to push on from what we achieved last year, especially in the final part of the season when we made some strong progress learning more about the car, said Stroll. I think that sets us up nicely for the new season and I can't wait to get going. That was all for today. Thank you for watching guys, I hope you liked my video. See you soon.